Welcome to Dead Meat, the horror channel that counts kills and ranks things. I'm James A. Janice, and today I'll be ranking the top 10 monsters you can find on Crypt TV. In case you didn't know, Crypt TV is a YouTube channel that produces high-quality, scary short films and monster series, perfect for quick fixes of pure, uncut horror. Crypt TV models itself as Marvel for monsters, so it's got a whole bunch of cool-looking and memorable creatures that show up on the channel. My rankings of these monsters incorporate various factors, including how they look, what their motivation is, how scary they are, and of course, how cool their kills are. Alright, without further ado, let's get to the rankings. Number 10. Number 10 on my list is the tooth monster thing from Talos. Talos starts by showing us a very bloody guy on the couch before jumping back in time to see how he got that way. Talos itself is shown to be a wish-granting ultraviolet magic 8-ball, and it proves its effectiveness when this dude Howard first wishes for another chance with his ex-girlfriend and then for a ton of money in his bank account. But of course, that kind of power is a perfect setup for accidental horror, like when Howard's not careful enough with his words when he barks back at his buddy Stan.
Talos! Maybe you shouldn't. Dude, bite me!
The result is a wish gone wrong in the form of this real cool looking tooth monster thing that attacks Howard, probably for being so damn ungrateful to Talos in the first place. You could have said thanks just once, guy. There's a bunch of cheek gnashing and bone snapping as this monster gives us a great Crypt TV kill. The only thing that confuses me a smidge is the end, cause like what, did Toothy have the sensibility to write a note and re-gift Talos to that ex-girlfriend? Although I do really like the idea of that tooth monster going around running errands, so you know what, that's fun. Number 9. Number 9 on my list is the Ice Cream Man from One Please, played by Michael Berryman. With all the murderous psychopaths and supernatural killers on Crypt TV, sometimes it's nice to just see a friendly face, and compared to the rest of this list, Michael Berryman is downright cuddly. Look at that smile. Aww. I mean, yeah, he charges fingers and other body parts for his frozen treats, but he must be doing something right, because he's burning a hole through this one family's digital currency. We never see the Ice Cream Man murder anyone, so I guess he'd be smack dab in the middle on the horror movie Ice Cream Man's scale of evilness, ranging from Clint Howard to Reggie Bannister. And I'm cool with that. We've got plenty of bloodthirsty entries ahead on this list. I'm willing to give a spot to the super successful businessman monster. I just really admire anyone who's great at what they do, and obviously, this guy's ice cream must be finger-licking good. Number 8. My number 8 Crypt TV monster is one I didn't watch on the live stream a few weeks ago, the Widower. When the Widower starts off with animal guts getting devoured by a zombie thing, you know we're in for a treat. After this ragtag group of youths finish practicing for their archery merit badge, they go into the woods and find the zombie thing, who's real pissed at them for accidentally shooting it with an arrow. So they shoot it again, this time in the head. Good shot, Rum. But what if I told you the zombie thing wasn't the Widower?
What?
Yeah, Widower's this dude. Get it? Cause like they killed the zombie wife thing, so now he's a widower? I like the Widower cause he's the product of some kind of super science testing at a shady looking national lab. It's great that we get a backstory for the dude in a video under 5 minutes, and it also lends him a cool look with a bunch of syringes in his shoulder that he can keep re-upping with. But the ability that lands him on the list is his recruitment power. After grabbing this chick Jody and nomming on her off screen, she convulses and coughs up some blood and converts into a total Widower fangirl, surprise killing her friend with a nasty neck snap and walking off with the Widower into the woods. If all goes well, that feller might have to get a new name. Number 7. At number 7 is Vampire from Vampire. Vampire is a simple monster feature consisting of this me-looking dude going to donate some blood. Don't know what he was expecting when the straps included a giant torso belt, but after he's left alone with his blood flowing through a tube, he realizes he's become a blood juice box for this creature in the corner. It's a pale, scary vampire. Look how scary he is. Yeah, that one made me Danny Torrance in the live stream. Vampire's cool not only because of that jump scare, or because he apparently has a taste for very handsome young men, but also because the end features a bunch of screaming that shows these vampires have got a whole damn system worked out.
Oh no, they're all getting vampired.
Yeah, man, they need that sweet, sweet blood to live, so they created themselves an empire of blood donors to feast on. At least that's my interpretation of what's going on here, and the awesome thing about these videos is that you can't prove me wrong. Number 6. My number 6 Crypt TV monster is Lucy. I'm just kidding, Lucy, you're not a Crypt TV monster. It's actually the titular thing in the apartment. Maybe I'm just a sucker for things, but this is one of my favorite films on Crypt TV, so I'm really happy it got a follow-up episode too. The thing is in this girl Lindsay's apartment and appears to her while she's watching stuff on her phone in bed, something literally all of us have done before. Because of the very familiar situation, it's real easy to put ourselves in her shoes when things get super fucking scary. The tension of this scene is excellent, and so is the reveal. His look reminds me of the cave monsters from The Descent, which is one of my favorite horror movies. Later on, Lindsay's sister Sam goes to check out the place for herself. First, we get a self-inflicted jump scare in the mirror that really got me during the live stream.
Won't you fucking?
And then the thing shows up to provide some scares itself, first to Sam in the apartment, and then to Lindsay in her car. They're awesome scares, and the thing even gets a real cool kill in the sequel when it rips out the throat of this other woman. I just love this thing's whole style, man. It really works for me. Number 5. Number 5 on my list comes from another non-live stream short, Mira Mira. This is part of Crypt TV's Fable series that delivers creepy versions of fantasy figures like Rapunzel and the Little Mermaid. In this play on the magic mirror from Snow White, we see Sandra and Jared, a couple renting a dope-ass Airbnb type place, even though Sandra's too focused on her phone to appreciate it properly. That kind of vanity is never rewarded in our favorite genre, so before long, her face starts cracking up in the mirror like she's using a spooky Snapchat filter, and then a hand comes out of it to pull her on through to the other side. This is where the monster comes into play and why I love this thing. Within the mirror, Sandra finds herself among a bunch of mannequins and then looks out to see a bizarro, gross version of herself in the real world.
Who are you?
Yeah, that's Mira, and damn, she is scary. I love her stop-motion-like movement. Sandra watches helplessly as Jared comes back downstairs, and we get a super creepy moment when Mira looks through the mirror and tells Sandra to shut the fuck up. God, I love this image. It's terrifying to me. In fact, I love it almost as much as I love Mira going all Palmer thing when her head splits open to really mess up Jared's day. It looks real cool and is real bloody, and it gives us a great kill in the process. So, Mira Mira, thank you for being the scariest one of them all. Number 4. You know it, you love it. At number 4 on my list is another of the Fable series, The Birch. This is currently the most watched video on Crypt TV, with 5.4 million YouTube views and 21 million Facebook views accrued in a mere 10 months. That is just damn. Can a dead meat get some of those numbers, man? No wonder it's so beloved. It's an excellent film about a kid getting bullied, and it's got an unforgettable monster in it that winds up being the kid's violent protector. After his dying grandma tells him to go listen to the wind and make Blair Witch stick figures in the woods, Sean finds a natural caretaker to deal with his bully Chris, who keeps calling him Piggy. Piggy! Come on in, Piggy! The bird shows up in the far background, at first camouflaging its appearance, which is one of the coolest creature looks ever. He's like a killer tree king, look at him! And his kill is brutal. Chris is seen slashed in the face and dismembered all up in some branches. But the most memorable moment comes when the birch sings its heart song. The birch has an awesome look and delivers a great kill, and the archetype of the overzealous protector of the innocent is a common one in horror, so it makes sense that the birch became the monster hit that it is. Number 3. I only swapped 3 and 4 at the last minute, but getting the bronze monster medal from me is Kinderfanger, and apologies right now for my sure-to-be awful pronunciation of that word. Translated from German into something close to child thief, kid snatcher, something like that. Whatever it means, it's got everything I want in a monster. Great visual effects, a creepy cool look, and some solid jam skills with a great pyrotechnics show. Kinderfanger's a Pied Piper-inspired being who only gets foiled when he encounters a deaf girl who can't hear a siren song. And man, does he get pissed about it. Kinderfanger is one of my favorite Crypt TV films, and please heed this spoiler alert because the twist at the end really drives home how fucking terrifying he is. The kinder kids he was performing for run out of his kinder cave and back to the parents who had been looking for them all day. But Kinderfanger's worked his kinder magic and they end up just murdering the hell out of those grown-ups in a brutal, bloody way. It's shocking and terrifying, and it was all thanks to Kinderfanger, who rises up at the end to be like, yeah, that's what I thought, biatch! Number 2. Coming in at number 2 is a monster I just want to see more of, the Mimic. Mimic is short and sweet, less than 2.5 minutes, but it's got elements of one of my favorite urban legends. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but basically a dad goes to check on his kid in bed, the kid asks him to look under the bed, and when he does, he sees his kid hiding there, terrified, and the kid whispers to him not to trust the thing in the bed. Literally gives me chills just saying it. Mimic works in the same vein when this dude Paul hears his son yelling to him, asking to sleep in his and mommy's bed tonight. When he goes to tell him no in person, he finds the kid fast asleep and hears the voice coming from his own bedroom.
Dad, I want to sleep in your bed tonight.
It's super creepy, and we see that whatever this thing is, it probably came from the attic, since that vent is open to the air duct there. The reveal is satisfyingly horrifying.
Honey?
Hi, Daddy.
Yeah, Paul, I'm with you, man. That Mimic got me good during the live stream.
What the fuck?
Hi, Daddy.
He's like a killer sleeping bag with glowing eyes, and he's able to mimic anyone apparently, since in the end we hear Paul's voice calling out to his son Roman, inviting him to sleep in their bed tonight. Damn, that's scary. Number 1. But there can be only one number 1, and for me, it's my boy Looksee. Looksee is a special kind of man to me, not only because of his fancy attire and his TikTok breathing sound effects, but because he's the monster that turned me on to Crypt TV and made me realize how great the stuff there was. I am so glad this scary fucker has a whole series of videos to watch, and I can't wait for more to come out, since the story is intriguing and matches the high quality of the filmmaking. Plus, Looksee's got an ideology, almost a Jigsaw type mentality, where he forces people to live the way he thinks they should. Looksee don't care if you're getting a divorce or if your daughter just just drowned, he's like, get over that shit and release them pieces or I'ma come tear you up. Having a clear motivation makes for a great monster, and it also gives him the ability to recruit people to his cause, like he does with everyone's favorite 11 cosplayer, Jenny. Between the excellent scares, the wonderfully twisting storyline, and the top-notch professional filmmaking, Look-See is easily my favorite monster on Crypt TV, beating out all that other stiff competition. So that's my list. It's likely to be missing some cool shit, since there are seemingly endless hours of monster content on Crypt TV as a result of their 3 videos a week release schedule. Which, by the way, I keep praising because as someone who's trying it out right now, let me tell you, it's not easy. I do want to shout out some honorable mentions. If my list were bigger, I probably would have included Mad Eye Morgu and her stylish black feathers, the Mordeo and his cute little monster hat, and the killer dog thing from Troubled Youth, since he's such a good boy, yes he is. But even mentioning those, I'm sure I missed out on a lot. Comment with your favorite Crypt TV monster in case I still need to see that video. Next week, I'll be ranking Crypt TV kills, and in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to their channel and check out their videos. Until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been Dead Meat.